just shake everything out. Have you had a sip of water? And we're going to do a little balance section. So we're going to change the music over. Something a little bit more suitable. It's like going back to the good old days, 12 years ago, we had all our CD players on our shoulders. Okay, so relax. Now, just make sure that your floor space is nice and clear. We're going to do some walking. We're going to do tightrope walking. We are going to do one leg balances. So if you want to have a chair handy, please do. Here we go. Let's just start off by taking a nice, keep the knees slightly apart, breathe in and out, shoulders back. Okay, so first of all, make sure your shoulders, hips, everything's nicely lined up. Feet are a few inches apart and you feel quite well balanced. We're going to come up on one toe and down. Now, for balance, you can have shoes on, shoes off. Earlier on today, I had my shoes off. I'm going to keep them on just for now. But some people really prefer to do this. And it is very good for your feet to work without shoes, unless you've got something like plantar fasciitis, where you might need that extra support underneath. Keep going. I'm not sure if you can see this. Let me get back on here. All I'm doing is lifting. But I'm trying not to lift here, I'm trying to keep the pelvis level. So all the work is coming below the hip line. Hips aren't moving, they're nice and still. Okay, now I'll show you from the side, it's easy. We're going to come up onto two toes. Hold on as much as you want to. Come up. And slowly down. Lift the crown of the head, come up. Slowly down. Lift up. Slowly down. Lift up. Slowly down. One more. Lift up. Oops. Slowly down. Shake the legs. Now, standing where you are, if you're here, I just want you to bring one foot in front of the other. Just stand. Now, while you're there, you might notice your feet are doing a bit of the adjusting. That's okay, you don't normally stand like this. But if you feel like you're going to fall over, you shouldn't be doing tightrope walking. March it out. Other leg. So if you think, no, I just can't do that, I'm going to show you an alternative. So an alternative to the tightrope walking, best way to show you, is just to bring the heel in line with the toe, but not in front of the toe. So you bring it as close as you can, but you don't actually go directly in front. Okay. So now I'm going to try just come back, and we're just going to walk wherever we can. Slowly, tightrope. Now you can have hands out there. You can have hands by the side. Tightrope. And when you can't go any further, you just turn round. And we're going to come back the other way. As near as you can. Keep the shoulders back, the head looking forward. When you can't go any further, come back. Now, those who've been doing this with me for a while, when you get to your front, instead of turning round, we are going to walk backwards. So then you just come backwards. Tightrope. But that's not for everybody. You've got to get your balance first. So go again. Shoulders relaxed down the back. Hands can be out. Turn around whenever you need to, or just come backwards. You can hold on to a piece of furniture and rest. You could do it along the radiator. There's nothing wrong with holding on gently as long as you're not gripping on for life. Okay, breathe in. Now, the next one, I'm going to make it a little bit harder for those who are used to it. If you're new, you're going to come tap in front, tap in front. Have the hands out for that extra balance, but we're not doing that on the way back. So when you want to go backwards, you just need to do an ordinary one. If you're turning round, you can do tap and back. There. Okay. So, easier version, tap in. Harder version, swing the leg round. Swing, so not tapping, not touching the floor. And then when you get to the front, you can just do an ordinary walk back. It's up to you. Just want you to practice these techniques. You can just do whichever one you like, whichever one you think is doing you the best. Everybody's legs are different, everybody's balance is different. So you don't have to do exactly the ones I'm doing. You could stay here and be doing the toes. It's improving your balance. Okay, coming forward again. We're going to go knee lift and down, knee lift and down, knee lift and down. So that's a hard one as well. But I don't want you to do any of those harder ones on the way back. I just want you to walk back normal. Okay. Choose again, which one do you want to do? You can come up and in front. And if you're not doing the full tightrope, you're just walking as level as you can. Keep your eye line here. I don't want you looking at the screen because your head will come forward. One more go, whichever one you want. I'm just going to do the normal tightrope. You can do out to the side, knee lift. Lovely. Okay, shake the legs out. Well done. So we're going to come on to our static balance. So, shoulders back, something to hold on to. We're going to go for 15 seconds. So I'm just going to turn so that I can see the clock. Shoulders back. Breathe in, breathe out. Now when you start to lift, keep this pelvis, don't let the hips lift. Nice and level. Use the glutes, use the tummy. 3, 2, 1, lift. And relax. Shake it out, well done. Breathe in, breathe out. Other leg. Remember, use the glutes and the supporting leg, use your tummy, shoulders relaxed. 3, 2, 1, lift. Oops. And stretch it out. Well done. Shake it out, not stretch it out. Shake it out. Well done, lovely. So we're going to have a nice stretch now. Now you can choose to do stretches, all of them on the floor, or you can do them all standing. We're going to start off with just a full body stretch. So breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, stretch. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Shoulders back. Lovely. Okay. We'll all start off, just take the feet wide. Soften the knees, hand on the waist. Keep the pelvis nice and level again. Lifting up. And just take this over. Now just stop where you can feel the stretch. Then with your middle finger, reach. So you're doing a very small and hold. Relax the neck. Keep 50% of the weight in both feet. Breathe in. Come up. Come over. When you feel that stretch coming down, hold it. Middle finger. Little stretches, little pulses. And hold. Come up. And relax. Well done. Now, just very quickly before I go on the floor, when I'm doing the hamstring stretch on the floor, if you're following me, that's fine. If you're doing it standing, it's one leg forward, sit back. When we do the calf stretch, it's one leg back, lean forward. So, that's going to be your hamstring. I know you know these, but just in case, that's going to be your calf. When we do knees side to side, you're doing me a nice figure of 8. Or you can do upper body side to side. Okay, so sitting down on the floor. I'm just making sure the cameras can. That's it. Never thought I'd say I want to make sure in camera shot in my life. Okay, so it's lying, shoulders down, hips relaxed. We'll start off with the knees, hands by the side, and just take the knees side to side. Roll across the pelvis, let the hip lift. And then come back to centre. We're going to do the hamstring stretch first. So, standing ladies, one leg forward. With me, leg up nice and straight to begin with. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Bring the leg towards you. If you need to soften the knee a little bit, that's okay. Hold it there. Now if you want to make this a slightly bigger stretch, straighten the opposite leg. If that feels too much of a pull on the back, bend it back up. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, relax the shoulders and bring that leg a little bit closer. If that's too much, bring that knee back in. Standing ladies, come out of your stretch. If you're with me, bring the bent leg back in if you had it bent. Soften the knee and change over. Now if you always start with your leg straight, that's fine. Straighten the leg, take a breath in. Standing ladies, get ready for your other leg forward. Breathe in. On the out breath, bring the leg forward. Let the knee bend a little bit if it needs to. Straighten. Breathe in. On the out breath, go a little bit further into that stretch. Relax, bring that knee back in and lower that foot down. Take a breath in, breathe out. Standing ladies, you're going into your calf stretch, so one leg straight behind you, front knee bent, lean the weight forward. With me on the floor, leg straight up. Pull the toes towards the knee. You should feel a stretch down the down the calf. Just pull the toes towards the knee. And relax. Change the legs over. Straight leg. Pull the toes towards the knee. Or take the other leg back if you're standing. You can give that leg some support, but don't pull it in. Just the toes towards the knee. And relax, well done. Take a breath in. Now we're going to do inner thigh stretch. So standing ladies, feet apart. You're going to take the hip over to one side for your inner thigh stretch. On the floor, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together and we just let the knees fall apart and hands relaxed by the side. Stay there for me on the floor. And if you're standing, feet not too wide apart, we bring the hip over and we stretch here. Stay there if you're standing, and then in a moment, when I say, you're going to come up and do the other side. Okay, so standing ladies, swap sides. If you're with me on the floor, stay where you are. On the floor, gently hold the tummy in. Slowly bring the legs back in. Standing ladies, come back upright. We're going to do a shoulder stretch standing. Knees and shoulders on the floor. So take a breath in. Breathe out, wrap the arms around. You can just do this on the floor as well as the standing, or you can do here. Head can be down or up. Come over onto one side on the floor. Push yourself back up to a seated position. Breathe in. Just make sure you're not lightheaded, you've done quite a lot of work, and then slowly come back up to standing. Well done. Take your time. Everybody who was here standing, open up. Well done. Shake it out. Now we didn't get quite as much stretch done today as I had planned, so we did a bit more on the toning side. So I'll put a slightly longer stretch on tomorrow, and there won't be any balance tomorrow, so there'll be more of a stretch after the aerobics. Okay folks, how are you feeling? I hope you're all okay. I'm just going to say goodbye to YouTube ladies. See you soon.